What if I told you that the car you've been sleeping on is actually beating the EV everyone's obsessed with? Yeah, hybrids are back, and in 2026, they're not playing second fiddle anymore. Better range, smarter tech, and in some cases, a lower price tag than a full electric vehicle. But here's the thing most people get wrong. They assume hybrid means compromise, old tech, half measures. Not anymore. Today, we're breaking down exactly why 2026 hybrids are quietly winning a race most people thought EVs already won. Stick around because the numbers might actually change your mind.
All right, so let's set the stage. For the past few years, the conversation around cars has been dominated by one thing: electric vehicles. Tesla, Rivian, Chevy Equinox EV, every major automaker has been racing to go fully electric. And honestly, the hype made sense. But here's what nobody was paying attention to. While everyone was chasing the full EV dream, hybrid technology was quietly being reinvented. Fast forward to 2026, and we're now looking at a new generation of hybrids that feel less like a compromise and more like the smarter choice.
We're talking about vehicles like the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, the Ford Escape Hybrid, and the rising star, the Honda CR-V e:EV, all completely refreshed for 2026, with upgraded powertrains, longer electric-only range, and interiors that genuinely rival luxury brands. These aren't your dad's hybrids with a tiny battery and a sluggish engine. These are sharp, well-equipped, tech-loaded machines priced right where most American buyers actually shop. We're talking the $28K to $38K range, which is significantly more accessible than most full EVs on the market right now. And that matters because with charging infrastructure still catching up across large parts of the US, a lot of buyers are asking a very real question. Do I actually need a full EV right now, or is a hybrid the smarter move in 2026? That's exactly what we're going to answer today. We'll break down performance, real-world range, tech features, pricing, everything you need to make a confident decision. So let's get into it.
Okay, let's get into the good stuff. First impressions matter, and 2026 hybrids are finally looking the part. Take the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. It's got this bold, angular body with flared wheel arches and a wide front grille that looks aggressive without trying too hard. It doesn't scream eco-car. It looks like something you'd actually want parked in your driveway. The Honda CR-V e:EV goes a slightly different route. Cleaner, more refined lines with a sleek silhouette that feels almost European. It's the kind of car that looks expensive without the expensive price tag. And the Ford Escape Hybrid? Sporty, compact, and surprisingly upscale for what it costs. Ford clearly put serious thought into making this one stand out on the road. Bottom line, these aren't boring economy cars anymore. They look sharp, modern, and confident. Step inside any of these 2026 hybrids, and the first thing you notice is space. Real, usable space. The RAV4 Hybrid gives you a wide cabin, premium soft-touch materials, and a 10.5-inch touchscreen running Toyota's latest infotainment system. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless charging, it's all there, and it actually works smoothly. Honda's CR-V interior feels almost like a luxury segment upgrade. The 9-inch Google-powered display integrates seamlessly with your phone. The seats are genuinely comfortable on long drives, and the panoramic sunroof makes the cabin feel open and airy. Ford brings a 13.2-inch Sync 4 screen on the Escape, one of the largest in this price range, paired with an intuitive layout that even first-time Ford buyers pick up instantly. Tech-wise, all three come loaded with automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, and blind spot monitoring as standard. That's not optional extras, that's the baseline. Here's where things get really interesting. The RAV4 Hybrid pumps out 219 combined horsepower, which doesn't sound crazy until you actually feel it accelerate. It's smooth, immediate, and frankly a little addictive. 0 to 60 in around 7.4 seconds for a family SUV is genuinely impressive. The CR-V eHEV runs on a unique two-motor system that keeps the engine humming efficiently while the electric motors handle most of the actual driving. The result? Up to 40 mpg combined in real-world conditions. That's not a lab number, that's what owners are actually reporting. The Escape Hybrid isn't far behind. 44 mpg combined on the highway makes it one of the most fuel-efficient SUVs in its class, period. Now compare that to a full EV. Yes, EVs have zero tailpipe emissions, but with average US charging costs rising and range anxiety still very real on long road trips, these hybrids are starting to make a seriously compelling case. You fill up at any gas station, no waiting, no range planning, no charging infrastructure worries.
And now the number everyone actually cares about. The RAV4 Hybrid starts at around $32,000. The CR-V eHEV comes in just under $34,000. The Escape Hybrid, as low as $29,000 for the base trim. Meanwhile, the average full EV in the US is sitting closer to $42,000 to $55,000. That's a significant gap, and it gets even more interesting when you factor in fuel savings, lower maintenance costs, and no charging equipment needed at home. But here's the part most buyers overlook completely. The real cost difference between hybrid and EV ownership over 5 years might genuinely shock you, and we're getting into that next.
All right, this is the moment everything comes together. We've talked design, tech, performance, and pricing, but now it's time for the real question. When you put these 2026 hybrids side by side against full EVs in actual real-world conditions, what actually happens? Here's where it gets surprising. In back-to-back real-world testing, the RAV4 Hybrid consistently delivered 38 to 41 mpg in mixed city and highway driving, not EPA estimates, actual repeatable numbers from real owners across the US. That translates to roughly $900 to $1,100 in annual fuel savings compared to the average gas-powered SUV. The CR-V eHEV pulled off something even more impressive. On a 200-mile mixed route, it barely touched the engine for the first 40 miles, running almost entirely on electric power through city streets. Smooth, quiet, and shockingly efficient.
And the Ford Escape Hybrid? It quietly delivered the lowest 5-year ownership cost of any non-plug-in vehicle in its class, factoring in fuel, insurance, and maintenance. That's a number that genuinely stops people in their tracks. But the biggest highlight of all? Charging freedom. Every single one of these hybrids refuels in under 4 minutes at any gas station in America. No Level 2 charger installation, no 45-minute DC fast charge stop on a road trip. Just fill up and go exactly like you've always done. Now let's be honest, because no car is perfect. The RAV4 Hybrid's interior, while functional, uses some harder plastics in the lower trims that feel out of place at this price point. It's a small thing, but noticeable. The CR-V eHEV's cargo space takes a hit compared to its non-hybrid sibling. The battery pack eats into trunk room in a way that matters if you're hauling gear regularly. And the Escape Hybrid, despite its incredible efficiency, feels slightly underpowered when merging onto highways at full load. It gets the job done, but it's not thrilling. Here's the bottom line. These hybrids aren't perfect, but in 2026, their strengths so heavily outweigh their weaknesses that it raises one final, uncomfortable question for EV fans everywhere. Is going fully electric in 2026 actually the smartest financial decision, or have hybrids quietly become the better buy? The verdict is coming, and it might not go the way you expect. So here's the truth, plain and simple.
In 2026, hybrids aren't the backup plan anymore. They're not the safe choice for people too nervous to go electric. They have genuinely evolved into the smartest, most practical, and most cost-effective option for the majority of American car buyers right now. And the numbers back that up completely. If you want the best all-around package, go with the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Reliable, efficient, spacious, and backed by Toyota's bulletproof reputation. It's the safe bet that actually delivers excitement. Best for families, commuters, and first-time hybrid buyers. If you prioritize technology and refinement, the Honda CR-V eHEV is your answer. It drives like a luxury car, thinks like a smartphone, and sips fuel like nothing else in its class. Perfect for tech-forward buyers who want premium without the premium price. If value and efficiency are your top priorities, the Ford Escape Hybrid wins hands down. Under $30K, best-in-class fuel economy, and lower 5-year ownership costs than almost anything on the market. Ideal for budget-conscious buyers and high-mileage commuters. Before you sign anything, here's what actually matters. If you drive mostly in the city or suburbs, a hybrid will likely save you more money over 5 years than a full EV when you factor in purchase price, charging equipment, and insurance. If you regularly take long road trips across states with limited charging infrastructure, a hybrid isn't just convenient, it's genuinely the smarter logistical choice right now. And if you're eyeing a full EV, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But give yourself another 12 to 18 months. Charging networks are expanding fast and prices are dropping. Sometimes waiting is the smartest move of all.
The EV revolution is real, but in 2026, hybrids are proving that the smarter revolution already happened quietly, without anyone making a big announcement. So here's my question for you. Are you Team Hybrid or Team Full EV in 2026? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one. If this video helped you think differently about your next car purchase, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. And if you want more honest, no-nonsense car reviews every week, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss one. Until next time, drive smart.